Hey, good morning guys. Welcome to another video. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the paint, the livery paint. Obviously we're doing Need for Speed livery, but I think I'm gonna paint it white and blue. Kind of how it is, well, how it is in the 2012 Most Wanted versus how it is in the 2005 where it's silver and blue. Yes, you don't have to tell me. I know it's silver and blue in the game. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know, I have eyes. The reason for this is because, well, first of all, this morning I got contacted by the guy who runs Tuner Battlegrounds. He's like, hey, if you win, he's like, is your car actually going to be done? Because we had this the first year where like the guy wasn't like done and it was like a super stressful last minute thing. Because he said the car is going to be picked up 15th to the 19th. Today it is the 5th. It is Friday today. That means basically a week from this Monday coming up, it could be picked up. Doesn't mean it's going to be picked up on the 15th, but he said 15th to 19th, so sometime next week. So we actually only have, after today, we have a full week of working on the car to finish it technically, which is kind of scary because a lot of the parts are supposed to come in before the 16th-ish, a lot of them. Regardless of that, my point in that is about the body kit. He did finally receive it. He sent me a email this morning, so I hope he's going to ship it out today, and hopefully with the express it can come, I guess, Monday or Tuesday, and then yeah. But obviously we still have things to worry about before that. So with that being said, I was thinking of doing white and blue just because, well, personally I think it looks good. I don't think it looks bad. Just speaking at looking at the car, I think the blue and silver, or blue, I'm sorry, my mind's going crazy. The white and blue looks good in my opinion, so I will probably be doing it. And here, let me explain why. If you don't, you probably don't know anything about paint. A lot of you at least don't. But basically, silver is a color that only comes in metallic, and metallic is the color that's on every new car outside. When you look at it in the sun, there's a bunch of million flakes in it. That's metallic. The thing about spraying metallic, which my current paint is silver metallic with blue metallic as the livery color. The thing about metallic is when you spray it, you have to have a perfect consistency, meaning like if you just spray it everywhere, you'll have spots that if you spray it a little bit more, it'll be darker and there'll be more flakes. So to spray metallic well, you actually need a very, very like well lit up booth area, which I'm definitely not going to have for painting this car. So I would really just prefer to paint it white because I would be painting it a plain white color. Plain colors do not have sparkles in them. They're just plain colors. As long as you spray it and get full coverage and you don't make any runs or anything or orange peel, it is perfect. It comes out perfect. It doesn't matter how much you spray in one area, as long as there's no runs, it's perfect. So therefore, I would like to do white and navy blue. The blue I'm going to do is going to be a hint darker than that because I think it should be, personally speaking. I think that blue in general, even with the silver, should be darker. So there will be plain colors, which will make it a lot easier to spray because I know for a fact I'm not going to get runs. I can spray well. It's just when I did that car first, there are imperfections in the metallic. So I'd rather make it white and blue and have it be a much higher quality paint than make it silver and blue and it be a lower quality paint for SEMA, if that makes sense to you guys. And hopefully you guys understand that. Once again, if you don't understand paint, it's kind of difficult to understand what I'm talking about, but that's the situation we're dealing with. Obviously, go drop your daily votes. The standings aren't out yet. It's only 10 a.m. I'll update you, obviously, later in the day when they come out, and we'll see how good or bad we're doing. But without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and jump straight into the car. I have a couple of little pinholes and stuff in the bumper to fix. It's pretty perfect. And then I can also sand the fenders and primer them. And then I might actually just take off the hood and, ooh, my food's ready. I might take off my hood and bust the vents out and sand it all down so I can maybe start prepping the hood for paint. Because if anything, I know I can paint, because it's a plain color, it's not recommended to spray metallics with different portions of the car, meaning the front bumper, the fenders, the hood, the doors being off, because with metallic you want to get the same pass on all the panels, otherwise one panel might be darker than the other. With plain it doesn't matter because no matter what, like I said, it's just the plain color. So I actually have a much better chance of doing a better paint too on it because I can separately paint the fenders, the hood, the front bumper, the rear bumper, the skirts, I can even take off the doors, because apparently they're actually kind of easy to take off. I can take off the doors and spray those too. Basically, my point is I could do a lot of the stuff separately in the garage, and then for the actual final part, I can either set up a tent or I can even do it in the garage. But point being is that it will be a lot easier this way, and I'd really just want to start making more progress. Once again, we're going to assume that the skirts and rear fenders are going to come in about Monday, Tuesday time. So we'll deal with that once they come. We'll deal with mounting them and perfecting them. But obviously, I would like to have all the body panels we have now to be already perfected before the new ones come in. So hopefully you guys are with that. Hopefully you guys don't, hate me too much for doing the white and blue. I personally still like how it looks. I get it's not authentic to the original Need for Speed, but please, I don't think it looks bad by any means. I think both cars look completely fine. Obviously, it's the same thing as like the abandoned car in Payback. It was white and blue too, I'm pretty sure. Hey, look what came in the mail. Brand new side grills. These things are $120 for a pair of these, but they're OEM BMW and they're brand new. Pretty nice, pretty nice. At least now we can, before we even primer the fenders, we can actually measure out this template and cut out the hole on both the fenders. So I filled some pinholes in this. I know it's facing the wrong way. It's not really a good example, but anywhere where you could see where it's sanded, basically, is where I filled pinholes. And then, like I said, the holes that I filled originally, I don't know, they didn't look too good. You can kind of see them. So I think I sanded them too low. So I rebondoed those spots. I rebondoed some stuff over there. Because the front bumper is the centerpiece, technically, of the car. So I definitely want it to be perfect. But while the Bondo is drying, I'm trying to figure out these vents. These things are really nice. They're $120 for two, brand new, like I said. But they're a lot nicer than the ones we had, because everything was like faded on those. You can't go to the biggest show in America with faded chrome. So I traced this out. I traced it out basically just laying this against the paper, because this is the part that matters. Is this part, but actually when it goes in it kind of expands, and then there's these clips that go around that piece and clip in. The original OEM stuff actually has like a layer in there. It has like a double layer system type thing, but we will see what we can do with this considering it's really thick. But I traced out the template. I'm just trying to figure out, I'm gonna look at some pictures and see if we want it up here or down here or up here or down here. But I know it's underneath this line, obviously. It's honestly around right here, but obviously I'll just look at some pictures and then I'll mark out the measurements from here to here so I can do the exact same thing on that fender. Hey guys, what's up? So, I hope you guys like this up angle shot. It's mounted on the garage rail thing. So, I got the grill in. So guys, I made the outline, as you can see right here, of how the vent's gonna look. This is much more realistic to how, oh my god, look at my hair. Jesus, oh god, I'm like Santa Claus. Holy crap. This is what I'm going off of, is this picture, because that's the fender I have. You can see that little vent right there, and that's what I'm gonna do now here. So I just finished cutting the other fender. As you can see, the vent, ooh, that's how it looks like. I just filled some pinholes, as you can see by the red on the fender. But this fender, after the pinholes and after I sand it to 220, it is ready for primer. So I will primer this, and then I have some Bondo and sanding to do on the other fender. So I'd rather just get this done, primer it, Bondo and sand the other thing. And then while the Bondo's driving on that one, I will sand the Bondo on the front bumper and hopefully actually finish the front end today and have it all primered. But yeah, I mean the whole looks a lot better in this positioning, because at first I cut it all the way here, which is stupid. But The standings I've updated also, by the way. I don't even know how much we have. We're ahead, I know that. We are at 1,656 votes, while the other guy's at 924, so we're like, what is that? Do math. It's like 700 plus, something like that, votes ahead. So, good job, guys. Love you. Still keep killing it with votes, because you don't want to fall behind, because you never know. He could come back and get a shit ton of votes in a day, so that's why I just say just keep voting. It's only a week and a half left of this, and then at SEMA too, but just a week and a half. So, I didn't really record much. Just the time lapses, obviously, mainly because I was just really focused today. I think I did a lot today. I'm very actually tired, like genuinely tired. Okay, so let me walk you through everything that has happened. Obviously, we did the side grills on the fenders. Those are outside. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see them, but let me take one. So, I did a fender. Well, I did both of the fenders. Completely every pinhole. Cut these vents, which, like I said, the Jesus Christ. Okay, so the kit that I showed you at the blue car, that's the Grand Am kit, and then there's the PTG GT kit, which has the vents. The Grand Am car has the same exact lines, but it does not have these holes. But I decided to go with the holes. I obviously made the holes for the side grills, because you gotta do that. Fixed everything, sanded to 220, primered, found little tiny pinholes, so that's all the red that you're seeing all over. Did that for both the fenders. And then the bumper, as you know, or as I told you, you could see the circles still, so I rebondoed that. Rebondoed sections with pinholes, fixed pinholes. I just sprayed primer over the areas that I fixed. So now it's just, they're kind of blended in. You can see that the paint is still wet right there. That's why it's shiny. And then that corner too I fixed. So, yeah, basically the bumper and the two fenders are now ready for paint. All I have to do is sand the primer to 500 to 600-ish, either or, and then paint it. But I realized that the clear coat shop is closed on weekends, so I'm kind of screwed. So I guess I'm just going to take off the hood maybe tomorrow morning, bust out the vents, start sanding that. If I finish that tomorrow, I'm going to a concert at 3, so if I do finish that, I'll start sanding the rest of the car, which I doubt I will. But either way, on Sunday, we'll probably start sanding the rest of the car, just prepping it for paint and stuff like that, so that Monday we are ready to go. And as I said, a lot of parts are still coming in. And yeah, and then I also still have the rear bumper. I want to make a lip for the rear bumper, but I'm not going to do it from scratch because it's too time consuming. But if you guys know those Rocket Bunny lip kits, or the Rocket Bunny trunk lids, the spoilers that just make that 90-degree turn, you know, the one, they're really cheap replicas for like $100-something, but the thing is, it won't come in time. It'll come too late for, you know, for when the car is going to be picked up. So I'm trying to find one locally and just chop that end bit of the lip and mold that lip section to the bottom of the bumper, because I think that it looks exactly what we need, that rounded lip that's just long. So I don't know if that'll happen for SEMA or not. It really just depends if I find it, you know, locally in the tri-state area. And yeah, that's the plans. I'm really trying to do as much progress I can, and hopefully you guys see that, because I've been doing. Obviously we're ahead on votes. Just keep voting. You guys have been doing, I think this is so far the best we've been doing in votes. So don't stop. Even if we're ahead, do not stop, because you never know. He can always catch up. He can have like a viral page post him, or I don't know what people do to get votes, but you know, he can do that because that's what the Fast and Furious Jet has been doing. He's been finding viral like car pages to post him and stuff like that. So just keep up the votes. Hopefully we got this in the bag, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. We'll have uploads for the weekends for basically the next 2 weeks in a row, because we're grinding hard on that car. And then obviously if we get to SEMA, expect vlogs at SEMA up until the day. You know, I want to take, you know, you guys, if you guys are going to get me there, I want to take you guys along on the adventure. So yeah, so I'm really exhausted. See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed today's videos. I think it was very progress oriented.